or D? Lock in your answers now, please. So we will do A-level transition for those who want to do A-level maths. We can show you some transition topics. We can teach you a bit A-level stuff as well to give you a head start. So let's look. So Sophie's gone for D. Thank you for sharing. Potato's gone for 40. Thank you for sharing. So give you a couple more seconds. A, B, C, or D? Livy's gone for C. Bash has gone for C. Lewis has gone for C. Okay, let's go through it. So first of all here, when we're dealing with angles, it's not drawn to scale. That's important. That means you can't use a protractor. What we should notice in the middle here, we have angles around a point. And we should know angles around a point always add up to 360 degrees. Because a straight line, angles in a straight line always add up to 180 degrees. Angles around a point is basically two straight lines on top of each other. 180 plus 180 equals 360. So angles around a point always add up to 360 degrees. So here, if you see a square, that we know it's a right angle, i.e. a 90-degree angle. So as I've only got one missing angle, therefore I can add up the three angles I know. I could add up 90 plus 131 and 99. If I add up 90 plus 131 plus 99, that will come to 320 degrees. I know angles around a point add up to 360. So I can just do 360, subtract my 320, and that will give us the missing angle X, which is 40 degrees. Absolutely spot on. So if you went for C, you'd be absolutely spot on. That is correct. If there was more than one missing out in angle, you could use algebra. So you could actually form a linear equation. So for example, here you could write X plus 99 plus 131 plus 90, put it equal to 360 and solve that way. If there's more than one angle missing, always use algebra. If there's only one angle, obviously you can just add up the angles you want, subtract from 360, and that's going to give you the missing angle. Don't forget a square, it always represents a 90-degree angle, and so forth. So our next question is the following. It's a linear sequence, and it's asking us to find the nth term, please. So A, B, C, or D. How does I get 90? 90 degrees, if you see a square, that represents a 90-degree angle, because you think that, like in your house, everywhere there's a corner, a square represents a 90-degree angle. So this one here, so Miss Samira has gone for D. Thank you very much for sharing. So other people are going for D. So here we're told here are the first four terms of an arithmetic sequence. We've got 2, 7, 12, and 17. And we're asked to find the nth term. So Coral has gone for D also. People saying it's D. So last couple of seconds, A, B, C, or D. Sophie's saying it's D also. So thank you very much for showing. So this one here, if it's an arithmetic sequence, that's important. An arithmetic sequence means it's increasing or decreasing by a common difference. So if we see an arithmetic sequence, it's increasing or decreasing by a common difference. So to find the nth term, our first step is need to work out this common difference, i.e. our term-to-term rule. In this case here, how do I get from 2 to 7? Well, I simply add on 5. How do I get from 7 to 12? Again, I add on 5. And how do I get from 12 to 17? Once again, I add on 5. I know these must be the same because I know it's an arithmetic sequence, therefore it must have a common difference. So to find the nth term, it's always the common difference, in this case, positive 5. So I'm just going to copy 5. It's always in front of the letter n, so it's always the difference in front of the letter n. So as it's positive 5, it'd just be simply 5n. If it was negative 5, it'd be negative 5n. And now I'll work backwards to find what we call the zero term. So the opposite add 5. Opposite add is to subtract. And 2 subtract 5. That will give us negative 3. Whatever we get here on the left, that's called our zero term. And that's what we place on the end. So here, negative 3. Therefore, that's my final answer. Because this is my first term in my sequence. That's my second term, my third term, and fourth term. So to find the nth term, we work out the common difference, in this case, positive 5. So it's the difference in front of the letter n, so 5n. We work backwards, opposite add 5 is subtract 5. 2 subtract 5, that gives us negative 3. Whatever comes here, that's called our zero term. And our zero term we always place on the end. So it's 5n minus 3, or you could write negative 3 plus 5n. They're exactly the same thing. But that's the only correct answer for 2 marks. In this case here, the answer is D. So let us know in the chat, does that make sense? Have you got any question? Can we move on?